Hi, thanks for tuning in to Turn to the Stars. My name is Andrea Clem, and this week on Turn to the Stars, we have a really interesting subject. I have a guest here, and his name is Mark Bergeron. He's a chiropractor from Londonderry, New Hampshire, and the reason I invited him on today's show is because he has made such a huge difference in something that I've been working on healing. He does deep tissue laser therapy. I want to say welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
He has come here today to tell you about the deep tissue laser therapy. And I found Mark and I met Mark this summer. I had broke my ankle in the beginning of 2013 and had to have a plate and 8 pins put in it. And really was having a real hard time to heal. A lot of swelling and just could not get that under control, the healing of the tissue around where the surgery was. And so I did a search online because I have a friend who does laser therapy, but he lives pretty far away, and he's also a chiropractor. And so I did a search online and for laser therapy, and I found Mark. And so I started to see Mark in August and had instant results with the healing from the laser therapy. And so that's why I invited Mark here today, because everybody that I have told about it has, really interested in this method. And the swelling, within a couple weeks, the swelling was down to that I started to see I had an ankle again.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Flintstone foot.
I did my brother, as my brother said, a marshmallow foot, marshmallow man foot. So one of the things that I think is really important is that, that we tell people about things that work for us, things that can help them. And Mark, when I think about this, I wonder, why does it work so well for people?
You ask me how it works, pretty much?
How does it work?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, the method of the laser, how it works, the process is called photobiomodulation, which is a big fancy word for basically light therapy, really. And how it works is it's basically energy light healing, if you will. And the laser that I have in particular is very strong and it penetrates very deeply. That being said, what happens is the intense photon lights basically go through the skin, through the underlying tissue, down to the cellular level, of which what it does is it changes the permeability of the cells, any inflammation, any swelling, and it's going to trigger a biological effect in the body. Essentially what that does is it initiates a cascade effect of healing, which is going to bring chemicals from the body into that area and start initiating the healing process. It will bring chemicals like ATP, nitric oxide, a mast cell effect, all these fancy terms that I'm not going to get into and bore everybody, your audience. But basically, lasers is the only thing out there that really initiates the healing process. Chiropractic works fantastic. Acupuncture, I do that as well too. That works fantastic. But I have never ever had such great outcomes like I've had with laser therapy. It really, people come into my office and they want results and they want it now. They wanted it 5 hours ago before they were driving to my office. And this is the only thing that has really made such a profound difference. Case in point, you has really made such a profound difference in patients. And it's nice to know that there's something out there without taking drugs and everything else that's out there that really heals the body from the inside out. It's fantastic.
Well, I had tried, before I started Mark, I had tried mud treatments that, they pull the toxins out, because someone told me, there's the toxins were causing me to not heal. But what I found out when I saw Mark was that it was actually the scar tissue that was blocking the healing. And so I had this swelling, which it was painful, and I would say that I'm 90% healed with my ankle. And I have way less pain than I had. And after I started seeing Mark, I was walking again. I used to walk every single day. And so I got back to being able to walk more freely. And what are some of the conditions other than, because I understand deep tissue, the healing that happens there, but what are some of the other conditions that you can help with the laser therapy?
I mean, this laser in particular does everything. I mean, you got tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, lumbar discs, cervical discs. I mean, the list goes on. In fact, this laser is designed, it's got preset protocols in it. So you got head and neck hair, hip and back, knee, foot, ankle. And then, for example, if you push on this one here, it will give all of the programs that basically are tailored for each individual condition. So if somebody comes in and they have trigeminal neuralgia of their face or TMJ syndrome, migraine headaches, disc herniation, I mean, the list goes on. You can go here, bone fractures, hamstrings, hip pain, knee bursitis, knee arthritis, and we'll just do one more. These are popular right here: carpal tunnel, biceps tendonitis. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I can sit here for an hour and talk about the list. And what's beautiful about this laser is, again, they figured out how to tailor the correct frequency for each condition. Again, tailored for each individual condition. So it's not a shunt, one-size-fits-all type of thing. This is really tailored to each individual thing. For you, for example, I use the ankle sprain strain setting, and I'm not sure if I use the carpal tunnel setting, if it would be the same thing, but it's beautiful to know that there is something that's made just specifically for you. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the list can go on as far as you got hip pain, knee pain, low back pain, all over the place. And it's not just pain too. It's muscles, sprains. It's again, there's a program in there for sinusitis, I believe. Migraine headaches. I mean, again, the list goes on. It treats pretty much everything. And again, lasers are designed to initiate the healing process. Essentially, it acts as a catalyst to speed things up. So if someone's healing time normally would be, I don't know, I'm going to throw out a number, 6 weeks, this will cut down the healing time by about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 4 weeks difference of being in pain is an eternity for some people.
Yeah,
I have
true.
patients that come in that have had pain for years and years and years, and they just found me through a friend, and they never even heard about it before, and they come in, and after 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 4 sessions, they're 80% better. And this has been after being on drugs for so many years, being sent to this doctor, that doctor, and then they come see me and they're like, why wasn't I sent to you in the first place? And I'm not saying medications are bad, because if I get poison ivy, I'm going to swallow prednisone like Skittles, and I'm not against it at all. But I just think, everybody, the common denominator is people are tired of taking drugs, and it's nice to know that there's an alternative out there that really effectively works.
Well, taking drugs, eventually the body gets addicted to that.
Yep, it does.
I went through that with my surgery, and I mean, you need something at the beginning, but
Of course.
I'll tell you something, the difference that the laser has made, you can actually feel it.
Yeah.
When Mark is doing the treatment, it feels very warm.
Soothing heat.
Yeah,
and that's
soothing
basically
heat.
a byproduct of the strength of the laser. It's really not the heat that's doing the therapeutic
It's the
modality.
penetration.
That's just a byproduct of the power of the laser, the strength of it. I mean, it's just a perk. It feels good.
Yeah.
But at least it's something tangible. It's something people can feel, and they know it's working. They can feel it's working. There's no placebo effect with that.
Yeah, and one of the things that I thought it would be great to have Mark on the show, because today is January 29th, and tomorrow is the new moon in Aquarius, and that new moon is, Aquarius is something, Aquarian energy is typically very much embracive of sharing information, knowledge about things that are on the breaking edge or scientifically that can help everybody. Anybody who's born in Aquarian, such as Mark, are born not only are really not born for themselves. They're born here to help the world in ways that, through the knowledge they have, through the information they have, and it's really, they're here more for the collective. And so it was perfect timing to be able to bring Mark on the show and tell everyone out there about something that I know works and is really on the cutting edge, the
Yep.
laser therapy. And Mark actually shared with me a little video that he has that demonstrates the laser and that therapy. And we'd like to play that for you so you can get a little bit more of a clearer picture of it. So we're going to play that and then come right back. And so we'll be right back.
Severe migraine headaches. I had tried everything, just everything, and absolutely nothing was giving me the muscle relief that I needed.
Because you get to that place where you think, I'm just never going to feel better again.
I've tried everything.
I knew that I needed help at that point.
Pain. Throughout our lives, we all will suffer from various forms of pain. Back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, neck pain, arthritis, and migraine headache pain. In fact, because of pain, many people are forced to abandon the activities they've come to love. For some, the simplest, everyday activities like walking or getting out of bed become nearly impossible. In the United States alone, over $85 billion are spent each year on drugs, medications, and injections that don't cure our pain but mask or cover it up. Unfortunately, many doctors simply write prescriptions for drugs that have side effects which are often worse than the pain they're supposed to be helping. And they simply block out the pain, offering only temporary relief. The fact is, pain is our body's way of alerting us that something is wrong. If you're tired of living in pain, if you're tired of the endless cycle of pain relievers and medications, if you've been told that your last option is surgery, there is something available that will help your body naturally relieve your pain long term. The future of pain relief is here, now. Introducing Deep Tissue Laser Therapy, the new way to relieve your pain with better, quicker, longer-lasting results.
When I started my treatments with the LCT 1000, I immediately could feel the warmth and I could start to feel it relax.
It wasn't until I was able to find the LCT 1000 that I had immediate relief from the first treatment.
And after every single treatment, I could feel immediate relief.
I was taking many drugs and medications to mask the pain.
I spent about 8 years on pain pills.
I'd been recommended to do different treatments. Most of it was drugs.
Now, with advancements in laser technologies, we can bring you relief that you've never experienced before. Something to help stop the cycle of temporarily masking your pain. Deep Tissue Laser Therapy uses special, deep penetrating light energy to direct a powerful stream of warm, therapeutic light into your tissues, increasing the circulation to targeted areas, relieving your aches, pains, and the stiffness in your muscles and joints, as well as reducing inflammation. The deep tissue treatments help the body use its own natural healing powers by activating and stimulating positive cellular response. You'll feel a warm, soothing sensation while your body begins its own healing process. When comparing laser therapy treatments, you can see how limited most therapy lasers are that are on the market today. Other lasers, commonly known as cold lasers or low-level light therapy lasers, actually can't penetrate to the depths needed to treat your pain, compared to deep tissue laser therapy, which can penetrate deep enough to reduce or even eliminate your pain.
What I would like other people to know is that there's finally something that can relieve that pain.
The LCT 1000 provided me with relief for my pain so that I could actually go back to living my life.
I no longer have migraines, which is such a relief to me.
Deep tissue laser therapy can penetrate tissue deeper with up to 20 times more power than common therapeutic lasers. Fast-acting, deep tissue laser therapy soothes pain out of the body so you can enjoy the freedom, comfort and flexibility you once had. Now, you too can experience the miraculous benefits of this new pain relief technology and recapture your happy, healthy life. Once you've experienced the soothing, therapeutic benefits of deep tissue laser therapy, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it.
The pain is gone. I do not have to take medication.
LCT 1000 treatments, I believe in them. I love them.
I got my life back. And it's really the LCT 1000 laser that did that for me. And I'm so grateful. Where were you 9 years ago? That's all I can say.
Drug-free, surgery-free, pain-free relief is available at our offices now. Bergeron Chiropractic now offers deep tissue laser therapy to our patients. Please contact us with any questions you may have at 603-437-2181 or visit us online at bergeronchiro.com.
Thanks for watching that video with us. It does really tell us about, how the body gets stimulated by the laser therapy and how it makes an incredible difference in relieving pain. And that is what's happened with me with the laser therapy. I think it's so interesting as we head into the age of Aquarius that we are learning ways to work with our body to heal rather than block the signals, which, if we stop taking the drug, the pain comes back. So we're not getting to the root of the problem.
Right.
And how many treatments does it take typically? Like, for example, I've been seeing you since August, pretty much once a week, sometimes twice when I can.
Right.
But how long does it take typically, depending? I guess it depends.
Yeah, it really does depend on the case in particular. Each one, again, is tailored to its own specific needs. For a chronic case such as yours, this laser would typically be about, I'd say about 8 to 12 sessions to really fix the problem and to heal it. And the interesting thing about this laser is just almost like it's the, what's the word I'm looking for? The when people take the drugs, they're supposed to take the whole bottle and to make and they'll still feel great, and then they'll take half of it and then they get sick again. And the doctor said, hey, you got to take the whole bottle. Same thing with this. A lot of people will feel great after 1 or 2 sessions, and then they'll go, gardening, or they'll do something, and then you really got to give the body a chance to heal. So that's why I always I live the rule of 10 for chronic conditions. In an acute case where somebody, if they were shoveling snow like recently, typically it would be about 4 to 6 treatments. Acute patients respond better at first just because it's a new injury, it's a hot injury. They respond better, so it doesn't take as long. It's the chronic cases that can be difficult sometimes. So that being said, a case like yours has taken a little bit longer, but this has been going back for years.
A whole year.
Yeah, we've had to unspool a year of.
It was actually a year yesterday
really?
since I broke my ankle. Right.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds like, most people, I know I am, when I feel good, then I say, okay, I'm all better.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know what, a week later,
Yeah.
my body reminds me that I still need to work on whatever it is. So, Mark always tells me, when are you coming back? So we have to make sure that you keep at it until you, get that response where you're feeling like things have leveled out. Right.
And there should be almost like I hate to use the word maintenance protocol, but unfortunately, as we're aging, I hate to say it, but we're degenerating.
Right.
And that requires us to work with what we got. Unfortunately, we have to diet, we have to exercise. Nothing is bulletproof as we're getting older. We have to maintain everything, to work with what we got pretty much. So, it does take, you have to keep at it, and I usually, after people feel about 90 to 95% better, I always have them come back at least every 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how laborious their jobs are or how old they are. Just like the dentists, you don't wait till your tooth is rotting out of your face. They make you come back, and everything requires maintenance.
Right.
And that's the best way to age gracefully, if you will.
Right, right. So you're really in alignment with your body.
Exactly.
You're paying attention.
Yeah.
How long are each of the treatments, Mark?
Depending on the case and the size of the area, I mean, they can last from either 5 minutes to 20 minutes. I have a case right now. She's got a hot lumbar disc. I do this on her for about 20 minutes. And it's a large area that needs to be worked on. And then I have some cases where it's just a carpal tunnel, and it would be about 3 minutes.
So it's great for swelling.
Yes, edema.
For helping this, removing the scar tissue,
Yes.
or would it be like it breaks up the scar tissue in the body?
It doesn't necessarily break up the scar tissue. I mean, basically what it does, it helps with compensation issues, if you will. It does help with circulation.
Yeah.
It does basically help to reduce that inflammation, which is going to reduce that pain, to basically improve your function, if you will. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, as we've heard ourselves over the years, we have compensatory problems, and
Yeah.
again, this really helps out with those problems.
Well, I know I had scar tissue like this thick
Mhm.
around this area where the surgery was on my ankle.
It makes the skin more pliable, if you will.
Well, I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, I know.
My ankle.
I'm trying to be humble.
I know, but my ankle almost,
Mhm.
looks like my ankle
Yeah.
again. It was a really difficult year with it, and this is a really interesting piece of what Mark does. He told me about this, and I didn't know. He also works with animals.
Yeah.
People's pets. Can you tell us some of those stories about the work you've done with animals with the therapy?
Yes, I decided to go back to school for animal chiropractic last year.
Yeah.
A lot of people would bring their pets in or ask me if I can work on their animals, and quite frankly, I really didn't know what I was doing. And I thought, what a great time to become educated in this. People are passionate about their animals, and it's almost as if they're dogs and they're horses or whatever. It's almost, they want to protect their investment, if you will. So I decided to go back for animal chiropractic down in Kansas for a year. Very intense program. And the program was great because it was designed for veterinarians and chiropractors to work symbiotically together.
Yeah.
So that's yet another reason why I got into this laser, because this laser does animal protocols as well, too. So I get dogs that come in with hip dysplasia, and I go to the barns, I do the equine stuff, a lot of the hunter jumper horses, dressage horses. I mean, these animals are Ferraris. I mean, they are amazingly efficient animals, and if you don't take care of these horses, it's
Right.
very expensive to try to fix them. And, nobody likes to see their dog in pain.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
started doing chiropractic on the animals, I mean, it's amazing because with the animals, there's no placebo effect. And when you adjust a dog's, and when he's got really bad hips, and you see his eyes go really soft, or a horse, you see them start yawning a lot, and their eyes
Yeah.
get soft, or they start chewing a lot. I mean, that's really a sign. And the people, it's amazing. People, the horse's head will go down, and the owners will say, "I've never seen my horse do that before," and you can just tell they're just so relieved. And this laser here is the same thing. It's pretty amazing. It has the equine, canine, and feline protocols. I don't see lizards, but for example, you got the horse stuff here, and you got founder, navicular, back soreness, and this one here, the dog's hip dysplasia. That's a big one that comes in. So again, not only is this laser tailored for people, but it's also tailored for animals too. And I have just outstanding results with the animals with this device. It's the same thing. It's, if not better. I feel like the animals actually respond 10 times better than humans do.
Well, do people bring their pet to your office, or do you go to them?
Well,
How
yeah,
does that work?
they'll bring the dogs in. I mean, it'd
Okay.
be kind of weird to sit in
Yeah.
my waiting room next to a yak. But I go to the barns to go see the horses, and obviously the dogs come in and see me. I've only had one cat, and that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Mark
to say the
told me a
least.
story about a guinea pig, and
Yeah.
we have a guinea pig at my house, and my husband absolutely, she's a part of the family, and he told me a story about a guinea pig.
Yep.
Did you adjust the guinea pig?
Yeah, this a friend of mine from high school called me and asked me if I did guinea pigs, and I said I guess I do now. The anatomy is very similar to, say, a dog's anatomy. It's just very, very small, and I have never even touched a guinea pig in my life. So the night before, God, I was having an anxiety attack because the thing's so small. I'm used to working on these big animals. So what had happened with this guinea pig was his head was twisted like a doorknob. It was literally on crooked. And you could tell he was in a lot of pain when I went to go touch him. And basically, I did the laser on him for about 3 minutes, and then he was letting me move his neck around a little bit, still wincing, and I got his chin on my hand, and I went straight down, and the bone on the top, it can either go forward or up, and it was up.
Yeah.
So I took my index finger and I went straight down, and you heard this little pop, and there was me, the owner, and my assistant was in the room, and you can hear this little click and sound, and then this guinea pig started purring. And I didn't even know guinea pigs even purred. I know nothing about these animals. I've never owned one, and it was just amazing to me. And just the owner, she was so happy that her guinea pig was fixed, and his head was on straight afterwards. And I've adjusted these $50,000 horses and these agility dogs, and this $20 guinea pig is like my favorite story. But it was amazing. I mean, it's amazing that you can not only does this laser affect the people, but it affects the animals as well too. So it's a great feeling.
Yeah, well, nobody likes to see anybody suffer.
Right.
Your family members, your friends, your pets, and I have a real hard time seeing anybody suffer. To know that this is something that helps, that works for pain relief, but it also heals the tissues, so you're healing deeply. And I'm so for alternative treatment rather than drugs, and it's going to prolong our life. It's going to make our quality of life way better. And I am so pleased that you were able to come and tell everybody about the laser therapy. I have told my clients that I teach in my shamanic classes. My sister's, she's in Pennsylvania, but she has a horse that has some issues, and so she went looking for laser therapy, and she's actually having laser therapy on her neck now because I told her about you. She's a little bit too far to come see Mark, but still spreading the word about the laser therapy. And Mark is in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and he's 5 minutes from me, so it's very convenient. But he if you had any questions, I'm sure Mark would be able to take some time and talk with you about how this might be of help. So I do want to say a great big thank you, Mark, for coming on the show. And thank you to everyone for watching Turn to the Stars. And Mark's website, just real quick, because it looks like at the bottom of the TV screen we had spelled Bergeron incorrectly. So it's www.Bergeron, Bergeron, Chiro, CHIRO.com. And again, that's the deep tissue laser therapy. And thanks again, Mark.
No problem.
And everybody, thanks for watching Turn to the Stars. And remember, turn to the stars, you'll find your answers there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.